Good afternoon and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over a game that has been downsized from a board game to a card game. What I'm talking about now is Monopoly Deal. Now, this is a fun game. I recently learned how to play it, and this game boasts that the board game could take up anywhere up to 2 hours to 10 hours to play with a group of five. This game here is just cards. They said you can play one full game in 15 minutes. We're going to see how that works. Now, there can be, this is for ages 8 and up, and 2 to 5 players can play. Actually, yeah, 2 to 5 players. Okay, so let's get it started. Let's check it out. Okay, now we're all set up. As you can tell, there is no board. Now we're all set up. We're going to have 4 players. Player 1, myself. Player 2 on my left. Player 3, right across from me. And player 4 to my right. Okay, so now we're going to take, everyone gets 5 cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, get rid of that one. That's too many. Okay, so everyone gets 5 cards. And this is the pool deck, and you discard here. Now, how you play the game, first you start off by looking at your cards, and you see, let's see what we have. Now, let's look at my cards, and we're going to talk about how you win the game. Now, how you win the game is pretty straightforward. Now, as you can see, I have Baltic Avenue. Baltic Avenue. Now, how you play the game is you need three cards of the same color, which means the same property area. So if you get 3 sets of 3, then you win the game automatically. So I have 1, I'm already on my way, and I have St. Charles Place. That's 2 cards, 1 from different sets. So if I had 2 more purples and 2 more browns, and then I win the game. As you can see, the cards are in the millions. So this is 1 million. And as I read before, in this game, there is no change. So if I owe someone, say, if I have a $3 million card, like this hotel is worth 4 million. Now I can trade it in, and put it on my property to build hotels to make my property that much more expensive. However, there is no change in Monopoly. So if I have a $3 million card and I owe someone $1 million, then I'm out of luck. I have to give them the whole 3 million because there's no change in Monopoly Deal. Those are the rules. Sorry. So how the game goes is, now I've put these cards down on the deck. That means that I'm setting up these properties here, which means that I can't discard and I can't do anything else, and they can't be taken from me unless I pawn them. Now, these are my properties. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set up my bank. I have $1 million in my bank right there. And these cards these are action cards, and I have no actions because I have nothing to build. I can only build on my property if I have more. So I can only place it on any complete property, and it asks $4 million to rent to each house. So if I only have one property, it's not complete because I only have one. I need 3, at least 3. So I can't actually start building on my property until I have all 3 of these purples or all 3 of these browns. I can't start building on them, so I can't just start putting my cards down and increasing the value of my properties. So I have nothing to do. I'm first, so I will card twice. Everyone, whenever it's your turn, you want to draw 2 cards from the deck. So I have an action card, debt collector. I can force any player to pay me $5 million. So I can ask them to give me $5 million. Now the way I activate this card is I would just discard. After I read the card out loud, and then I discard and say I want player 4 to give me $5 million. And so it looks like they have this card, which is worth $4 million, which is another action card. Oh, they can cancel my play card against me. So now they don't owe me anything because this action card says that they can say no to any card that's played against them. So now I don't owe me anything. So now I'm just out of that card because I chose the wrong person to try to get money from. That's funny how it goes. And it looks like when I carded, I got a boardwalk card, which is nice. Wow, it's a lot of money here. If I have one boardwalk, so I'm gonna put that down. And if I have one of those, it looks like $3 million. If no one lands on my property, it's just I just basically I don't think people don't actually land on your property. You just basically just summon rent from people with action cards. I think that's how it goes. You just summon rent from people. You don't actually have anyone land on your property. You actually get action cards and you summon rent from people. So there's no dice and there's no rolling. That's how the game is played. So these are the cards. I have 2 cards in my hand right now. And I've already destroyed it. Now you can have a maximum of 7 cards in your hand at any time. So I'm gonna put my cards down, and now it's player 2's turn. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna go ahead and see what they have. And now since it's their turn, they have $3 million, $1 million, and $4 million. Wow, they're in the money with $8 million. That's nice. In their bank, I only have $1 million in my bank. And what other 2 cards? They have another $2 million card, and now they have Connecticut Avenue as a property. So they're doing really well. They have $10 million to start off with, and plus it is their turn. So remember, we forgot to draw 2 from the deck because that's what you do as your turn. Whenever it's your turn, you draw 2 cards and you get either an action card or you get money or whatever. And it looks like it's his birthday, and all players are to give player 2 $2 million. So they play that card, and everyone on the table has to give him $2 million. Now, I don't have. Oh, that's their $3 million. I don't have $2 million. I have an action card worth $3 million, and I have another action card worth $4 million. So I can give him the value of this card, which is $3 million, and just give it to him like that. So action cards are just like worth money. So as you see, there is no overall bank like there is for the boardwalk. So that's his turn, and he still has cards in his hand. And so once you put a card down as property or in the bank, they're no longer in your hand. You can no longer discard it. It's out. So now it's player 3's turn, and they're gonna grab 2 cards. 1, 2. Wow. Now this is a nice card. I'm glad I picked this one up. This is a wild property card, which means that they can put it down on any one of their properties to complete their set. That's a really, really powerful card. That's a wild property. It's a wild card, which is awesome. And so that's how you play the game of Monopoly. Now, the first person to get 3 sets of any color, then they win the game and the game is over. If you have no cards left, maybe you put them all in the bank, or you've got multiple different kinds of properties, then on your turn, you have to draw 7 cards from the deck. And of course, with 7 cards from the deck, then you have to have something, right? So that's how the game is played of Monopoly. Thank you, and I'll see you guys out there sometimes. Goodbye.